We got a lot of Avengers Doomsday leaks over the weekend. Photos of characters that confirm the validity of some older leaks that I've been sitting on for a few months now. And with this new batch of photos, I am now fully convinced that these older leaks are very real. So I want to show those to you as well. Hey everyone, Colton here, and we have got some really cool high-res looks at Dr. Doom's Cult of Latverian Witches, which we first saw featured at San Diego Comic-Con. We also got a picture of a character called Boris, who we can safely say is 100% Dr. Stephen Strange. So we're going to take a look at this new batch of character photos and discuss, in addition to Dr. Strange, what other Marvel characters we think could be behind these masks. So let's start with this character rumored to be called Boris, who has a third eye on his forehead, and who we have heard for a while now is Dr. Doom's wizard ally, Doctor Strange. But not just any Doctor Strange, our Doctor Strange, the Doctor Strange of Universe 616, the mainline MCU, who we last saw with Clea in this post-credit scene from Multiverse of Madness.
You caused an incursion, and we're gonna fix it. Unless you're afraid.
Not in the least.
Now, this actually isn't the first photo that we have seen of Boris. A while ago, I was sent this photo that was described to me as an AI replicate to supposedly enhance the photo, but also to avoid copyright claims from Marvel because they are recreations. This photo features Dr. Doom and Boris standing outside of this red energy force field casing housing what is rumored to be the stolen heart of God Loki. According to reports and other leaks, Dr. Doom has ripped Loki's heart from his chest and has stolen Loki's newfound power to control the multiverse. And Boris's role in the film, as I understand it, is to protect the heart and keep it functioning via sorcery, perhaps even using it to hold the very fabric of the multiverse together following it being ripped out of Loki's chest. Essentially, Boris, or Doctor Strange, is holding the heart and its power together, thus holding the multiverse together, while Dr. Doom uses the heart and its power to enact his ultimate plan of multiversal reconstruction. Now, in the Secret Wars comics, we do see Doctor Strange serve as Dr. Doom's right-hand man. We even saw that depicted here in early concept art for the Secret Wars movie. Now, at the end of Multiverse of Madness, in that post-credit scene we just watched, we saw Clea, a witch, wearing her classic purple. Keep that in mind for a little later in the video. So in that scene, Clea told Strange that he caused an incursion and that they are going to fix it. And I, for a while now, have speculated, along with many others I'm sure, that Clea will be revealed to have already been serving Dr. Doom, and that she has recruited Strange at Doom's request. And guys, we have to remember that while Doctor Strange is a hero, yes, he is a good man, he is not without his flaws. And he is a very logic-driven guy, right? We hear him say multiple times in Spider-Man No Way Home how in the grand calculus of the multiverse, the sacrifice of these variants mean infinitely more than their lives. And I've talked about for a while now that Avengers Doomsday is essentially going to be a big trolley problem. A trolley problem typically being depicted by the idea of a train bolting down a track and it's about to hit 3 people strapped to the track. But you have the option to pull a lever which would detour the train where it would only hit 1 person instead of the 3. The question then becomes, would you do it? If you do, you're saving more lives, but it is also you pulling a lever and taking this other person's life who would have otherwise lived. This is called a trolley problem, and it brings up discussions of, are you morally superior if you take a life in order to save 3 lives? Are you morally superior if you don't interfere and refuse to take a life, even if it means these 3 dying? These are real-world philosophical discussions with great levels of nuance, and it's what our heroes will be faced with in Avengers Doomsday. In a situation like an incursion where our universe and another universe are both going to die via collision, is it morally right to destroy the other universe and save your own? Or would the moral high ground be found on refusing to destroy that other universe, even if it means allowing their universe and your own to die? Doctor Strange, like Dr. Doom, will be of the opinion that logic rules supreme, and that if killing some worlds will result in others getting to live, and the alternative being that just everyone dies, then in the grand calculus of the multiverse, they are taking the moral and logical path. But then you have characters like Steve Rogers who will likely take the we don't trade lives approach, refusing to destroy another universe even if it means certain death for everyone. This was not only shown in Infinity War with Steve's refusal to kill Vision and destroy the Mind Stone, even if it meant stopping Thanos and saving half the life in the universe, and yes, that is what they were faced with. They could have killed Vision, they could have destroyed the Mind Stone, and Thanos never would have got it, would not have been able to snap half of reality out of existence. But Steve refused, knowing full and well of the risk he was taking. So then again, you have that conversation. Was Steve morally superior there? Was he right to refuse to kill Vision, even if it meant saving half of existence in the entire universe? You could make the argument that that was really reckless of Steve. But like I was saying, that was not only featured in Infinity War, we also saw it teased here in Age of Ultron with Steve's willingness to accept defeat before even daring to compromise his morals.
How are you guys planning on beating that?
Together. We'll lose, and we'll do that together too.
I fully anticipate that we will see Steve give a speech in Doomsday about how they need to fight to the bitter end and try like hell to find another way to save the multiverse that doesn't involve killing other worlds. And when a character like Doctor Strange or Doom, or maybe even Reed or Magneto or Xavier say, we'll lose, we'll die, Steve will hit them with, well, we'll do that together too. And look, I very much respect, I wouldn't have it any other way, right, for Steve Rogers. I respect his refusal to break from that moral code. That is Steve Rogers at his core. You can easily, though, see how Doctor Strange or Doctor Doom or even other heroes who are well-intentioned people, I could especially see Reed, Xavier, and Magneto being part of this. You could see them saying, that's kind of insane. We can actually save some lives here when the other option is to save no one. Let's go with saving some over saving none. It creates this whole philosophical debate that will be had, and I think that is just so cool to have layered on top of course, all the punching and blasting that we're going to see between our heroes and Team Doom. Now, speaking of other heroes who I do think will be on Team Doom and who are perhaps hiding behind these masks, like Doctor Strange, let's talk about these witches and who is behind their masks. But first, come here, I want to show you something. This is a metal Avengers Doomsday poster from Displate, and it's more than just a print on a metal sheet. It is textured. The parts that are supposed to be Doom's window feel like glass, while the rest has this raised, more rough feel to it. I love it. And guys, I'm in an office space, right, that I rent, so I don't want to put a bunch of holes into the wall. But I do still want to surround myself with the things that I love, and Displate makes that possible. These metal sheets come with an awesome magnetic installation kit, so you don't have to drill holes or permanently damage your wall. Just stick on the protective leaf, attach the magnet, and hang the Displate. And guys, I got more than just a Doomsday poster. Check these out. I got this beautiful Batman Mask of the Phantasm poster. We've got Venom and Carnage. I got Superman 2025. And of course, you know, I had to get me the Thunderbolts poster, who of course will have a big role to play in Avengers Doomsday. So I've placed these all around my work area here where I spend most of my time writing, editing, and sometimes I'll shoot right here if I need to do something super quick. And hey, while I love my Marvel and DC posters, I also got a custom one for the office that I have hung right over here on the door, a custom print Colton YouTube channel Displate. It turned out so good, I love it. Displates are also one of the easiest gifts to buy for someone who is into movies, comics, gaming, or really any fandom, because you're giving them something that they would actually display and get to look at and enjoy every day. So if you want to pick one up or start your own collection, use my link below or scan the QR code on screen to check out the latest offers. And be sure to use my discount code Colton, C-O-L-T-O-N. And by using that code, you can get one Displate for 22% off, two Displates for 27% off, or three Displates for 33% off. And special thank you again to Displate for sponsoring this video. Now, back to what I was saying. Okay, so back to the witches in Doomsday, right? We've got a purple witch, a green witch, and like a orange, gold, warm yellow, maybe light red witch. So the purple one is the most obvious one to me, right? It's Clea, period, end of story. This is going to be Charlize back as Clea and serving as one of Doom's witches. Now, the green one, could there be something to the fact that Doom is also wearing green? So that kind of makes me wonder, well, is there any connection there, like indicating that she is with Doom, like maybe romantically, or maybe she is just like the leader of the witch coven? Could it be revealed that she is Doom's mother, Cynthia, who he saved from hell? In the comics, that's like Doom's whole thing for a while, freeing his mother from hell. In fact, speaking of confirmed by official release and different leaks I've seen and all that I was talking about at the beginning, we got like the official release of this poster, right, back at Comic-Con. Well, look here. In this stack of like AI recreations that are supposedly leaks from Doomsday that I've been sitting on for a while now, we can see the exact same tapestry from that poster featured in this leak. And that was one of the big things that made me go, oh, these leaks are real. Now, whether this tapestry is a young Doom and his mother, or maybe Doom's wife and son, I'm not sure. But anyway, to get back around to it, it is possible that maybe the Green Witch is Cynthia Von Doom. Another option that I think I'm going to put my money on is Sylvie. She already wears green. She's a Loki. The color green is already associated like with time in the MCU. But the question then becomes, why the hell would Sylvie be working with Doctor Doom, especially if Doctor Doom has killed Loki and taken Loki's heart? Well, that's my only hiccup on it, because otherwise I could totally see like Sylvie working with Doom for the selfish reason of wanting Loki back, like from the throne at the end of time, where as of right now, she'll never see him again, but she really wants to see Loki and be with Loki. So if Doom came to Sylvie and was like, hey, Loki bought us some time. You guys did great. Thanks. But this thing is still on a collision course for absolute disaster. Doomsday is coming. I could see Sylvie being like, okay, I'll help you. And maybe she doesn't know Doom is like using her or plans to betray her, or doesn't know that he plans to kill Loki or has killed and betrayed Loki. Maybe she doesn't know all of that yet. And maybe when she does find out, we'll see her betray Doom. So that's the Green Witch. Now, of course, there is the yellow, orange, maybe kind of red witch. This could be the ancient one who knows a thing or two about time and the multiverse. In fact, she is the first MCU character to even mention the multiverse.
Who are you in this vast multiverse, Mr. Strange?
She's a sorcerer like Strange. She's very powerful, and she had a role to play in the in-game time heist, which is going to have a big part to play in Doomsday. So that could be a possibility, but really the one everyone is pulling for is, of course, Wanda, the Scarlet Witch. I've said for a long time that Wanda is not dead. We saw Mount Wundagore collapse on her, self-inflicted, by the way. But as it collapsed, we saw the red blast as it fell. And where did we later see that same Scarlet Witch stone relief that was in Mount Wundagore? We next saw it in the Void in Deadpool and Wolverine, making me think that Wanda may have like pruned herself from existence and landed herself in the Void, because she deemed herself just too dangerous to like even be in a universe. And in the Void, we could see Doom find Wanda like in his studies and exploration of the multiverse, and she could now be a part of Doom's team to save the multiverse in the way he sees fit. And I don't want to see Wanda have like a villainous turn again, or be like corrupted by the Darkhold or Doom's dark magic or something again. I want a Wanda who's just genuinely trying to do the right thing. Now, other options are, it could be the 838 Wanda. Her reality may have collapsed following the incursion that started after Multiverse of Madness. It could be Wanda from the Doomsday X-Men universe, and she could be the daughter of Magneto. But regardless of like which Wanda it is, I do think we're going to see Wanda be a part of Doom's Coven. Maybe she's not one of these three. Maybe there's actually like a red-robed witch as well that they just haven't shown yet. And I really do think Doomsday is going to end with all of these guys or gals unmasking. And of course, the face of Tony Stark being under the Doom mask will be like huge, but that's already known by us, right? The surprises for the audience will be the other characters who are under the other masks. So yeah, I think it's very clear that this Boris cat with the third eye on his mask, he's totally Strange. Now, could it be a variant of Strange? Sure, but I hope not. I also really doubt it. I think it will be our Doctor Strange, a Strange who has either been like maybe corrupted by Doom and is being controlled, but kind of like I was saying with Wanda, I find that less interesting. I don't want to see our Strange or Wanda or any of these characters like break bad or anything necessarily. I hope it's just our Doctor Strange who has genuinely become of the belief that he needs to work with this Doom guy to save the multiverse. And I want Strange to think he's doing the right thing here. And I hope the same is true for the others as well. I don't want mwahaha villains. I don't even want Doom to be a mwahaha villain, really. I want him to be a badass foe to the Avengers and the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, but not because he likes to kill puppies, but because he and his followers are willing to do what they view as necessary, even if it's cruel, in order to save the multiverse. And, you know, I said a long time ago, I think the way that they revealed Downey as Doom at Comic-Con, I think that was foreshadowing the end of Doomsday, that how the film will end. I think Doom being surrounded by fellow masked followers, removing his mask, revealing his face, I think that's what they're going to do at the end of the movie, and I think the others will remove their masks as well, and this can be a real kick in the nuts for like Steve and Thor and the other heroes as they see their old friends revealed as the very enemies that they have been fighting. And the Doomface reveal, well, it won't be a surprise to us because we already know, that will probably be the biggest shocker for our heroes when they see that Doom looks like their dead friend Tony Stark, and they can then safely assume that yes, he is a variant of Tony Stark, or more accurately, that Tony Stark was a variant of Victor Von Doom. But hey, those are just my thoughts on these new leaks and kind of, you know, cross-referencing them with like some leaks that I had sent to me a little while ago. Let me know your thoughts on all of this down in the comments below. What do you think about them? Do you think they're real? Who do you think's under all of these Doom masks and Doom's coven? Are you excited? I certainly am. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. I've been Colton Ogburn. I'll see you next time. Bye!